This is Lance Preston. I don't even know anymore. It's so crazy. So crazy. It's kind of like a game, you know? Like Scrabble. Only, I don't think I have the right number of pieces, and I don't know what's going on. There's a square. It's the Heroes logo. It's oh my God, it's Nikki. It could get more terrifying than Nikki.
I'm Justin Elliott.
I'm Jesse Elliott.
And we are going to review a movie. Oh my God! We're gonna review a movie!
Yeah.
What movie are we going to do?
We're doing Grave Encounters.
Grave Encounters. Good movie. 2011 Grave Encounters.
It's very recent, but this particular film happened to hit us in a way that we just had to do this.
Very good. Very good movie.
Yeah, Grave Encounters, it starts out, and it's this reality TV show. It's like you're following these guys along on their episode number 7, and they're taking a trip in this mental asylum. And
very messed up mental asylum.
They have to stay the night in this mental asylum. Locked in.
This movie starts out with kind of a Behind the Mask with Leslie Vernon type thing. If you feeling that one, like it kind of started out kind of like that. It gave me that vibe, which I love that movie too.
But you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you do, congrats on knowing what that movie is, because that movie is amazing. At the beginning of this film, you're watching them and you're kind of laughing at them. You know, you're laughing at them. You kind of feel sorry for them in a way. This show is going nowhere and it's so stupid. And you get like the feeling that everybody who knows about this show is just kind of like, in reality, in the real world, everybody, talks down about these over the top, fake, ridiculous reality ghost shows. You know what I mean?
And they kind of put that, to your eye, that it really is what you think it is. They're just joking around and that's, faking stuff and whatnot. And then it just takes a turn.
That's what it is in this movie.
I wish that they could see Wallace and Gromit in the background of our computer right now.
Hey, it's Quantum of Wallace. They're kind of douchebags. Because they know all this stuff is fake, and they're
producers. They're in the industry.
They're in it for the money, They're like, they don't care that their facts are real, There's one point in the movie where they're filming, because they're filming everything, but they're cutting it later for the show. And the woman on the group, she asked Lance Preston, the face of the show, I guess, if they think they'll see any paranormal activity tonight or see any ghosts, and he just straight up, he's like, no, kind of laughing about it.
At one point in the show, they actually go out of their way to pay someone to say that they had seen something out there, and it was just some gardener or whatever, and they paid him, off camera. So just, I don't know, to get that really realistic effect to it, I guess.
Like, these guys really do not know anything about ghosts. They just, hey, it's a quick way to make a buck.
They're actors, basically. Actors acting out actors.
It's pretty great, though. But as the movie progresses and it starts coming a little less humorous and comedic,
you just kind of fall in love with the horror tragedy of it all.
I'm not gonna lie, pretty intense, and I got goosebumps. It's so suspenseful that, like, you're kind of in a state of unease for a long period of time, like, watching this. Like, you never know what's going to happen. This movie really did it.
At first, you kind of just have to put your faith into this movie and trust us on this one, though, because at first when you start watching this movie, you might be a little bit skeptical as to is this a joke or not, because I know I was at first. I thought it was kind of a joke. I was like, is this serious or? But as the movie progresses, with your kind patience, you will see that it is amazing.
It's a low budget film, which isn't all bad. Donnie Darko is my favorite movie of all time, and that itself was a low budget film. But it's one of those movies that's not publicly advertised to a full extent, but it's surprisingly shocking and scary.
I don't jump during movies, not trying to sound masculine in front of the camera or whatnot, but I ordinarily don't get too scared with horror movies, and he loves horror movies. I'm more of a comedy person myself, but this movie, it's horrifying. I mean, it is good. It'll make you leave with the shakes or something like that. You won't want to be alone for a while.
It's got some no-name actors, but honestly, that kind of makes it better. You have a more realistic feel for it, and it's not like
you don't get known to those actors that you just. Some of these actors nowadays just play the same part in all their movies.
Oh look,
am
that's
I watching
not Nick Fury, that's Samuel L. Jackson.
Am I watching Captain America or am I watching fucking
Chris Evans?
Chris Evans. I mean, I don't know. Some of the actors kind of get.
Although Chris Evans was good in Captain America.
Yes, it was a good movie.
Everyone looks at him and they are questioning them to whether it's the Human Torch or Captain America.
It's worth buying. I mean, you go out and get this movie. If you want to watch a horror movie that's not cliche and like your typical stepfather type movie, it's definitely worth getting. This movie, I will say, and I'm pretty sure we actually do agree on this too also, I guess, is that it doesn't take every opportunity that it can in this movie, which is good for a horror movie because most horror movies nowadays, any opportunity, it's like bam, jump scare, and just everyone knows when it's coming. Eric Carr's moving in the background, but this movie, yeah, it doesn't take advantage of the things that ruin a good movie, in my opinion. And
is it a ghost? Oh God, Eric! Oh no! Usually a big blockbuster Hollywood horror film, they don't do a scene unless they're planning on scaring you on it, and they don't realize that people are catching on to this. It's not scary. You're expecting it. Whereas in a movie like Grave Encounters, it'll switch to a camera scene that's set up in this big empty hallway where it's so creepy and dark, and you're just watching this and you're like, oh God, something's gonna pop out, something's gonna pop out.
Might I add though, it's not a horrible camera angle like your Cloverfield. I couldn't stand that movie. I felt like I was getting car sick every time I watched that thing, but like it's good. I mean, it is by far one of the best horror movies there is, in my opinion.
As you can see, I love Cloverfield.
The only person that can relate to you is Gumby.
You'll be watching this, and nothing will happen. And that
sounds horrible.
No, like, there are parts where stuff definitely happens. But I'm saying every time something doesn't happen, and so it kind of throws you off to where you're not expecting it every single time, so you don't know when something's going to happen and when something's just messing with you. It kind of plays tricks on you, messes with your head a little bit, but it's good.
And when stuff happens, it definitely happens, and it's holy shit your pants happens.
The television show that they are a part of is called Grave Encounters, hence the name, and they really don't expect to see anything. They think they're just scamming people. They're gonna rank in some money, get a couple viewers, set up a little bit of jump scares for the crowd, and they're gonna go home, pack everything up, and that's gonna be it. They're not expecting to see anything, and of course they do.
New York Press quoted that it was one of the most scariest movies of all time. They definitely hit it right on the ball there.
It is pretty unforgettable though. I have a 42-inch screen TV with surround sound that I watched it on, and that might have played some sort of part in it, but make sure you definitely watch it in the dark. The thing that makes horror films hard to sell is that it's not just the movie itself, it's the atmosphere you're in. For this movie, if you watch it in the right atmosphere, it's quiet, you can focus on the movie, and it's dark, and you're just in the mood to watch a scary movie. This movie is amazing.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 9. A big, confident 9 out of 10.
Movies don't usually jump onto my favorites list right when I watch them, you know. But this movie, after I was done watching this movie, I knew, I was like, wow, I was awed. It was one of my favorites. I'm gonna give this movie a 9, a solid 9 rating.
Check out this movie any way you can. I don't think it could have been better. So the company for this is, if you can read that, there it is.
I'd like to point out this is only our second review we've done, and he's trying to find where the camera lens is at.
I still don't know where it is.
Anyways, that's the box to the film, everybody. I hope it looks satisfying.
Grave Encounters.
Justin was definitely Lance Preston.
This is Lance Preston. And I don't know what he said.
Signing out for Grave Encounters.
Okay.
Oh my God, is he dead?